When people reach the end of their lives, they don't talk about money. They don't ask to see their diplomas. They don't wish they had worked more weekends. They talk about what they regret. And if we're smart, we'll listen. Because those regrets can teach us how to live better today. This is what people wish they had done differently, backed by stories, research, and the wisdom that only comes when it's almost too late. Regret 1. I wish I'd lived a life true to myself. This is the most common regret of all. It comes from people who realize too late that they were living someone else's version of life. They chose careers to please their parents, stayed in relationships to avoid conflict, followed rules they never believed in. Australian palliative nurse Bronnie Ware documented this after years of working with dying patients. Again and again, people said, I wish I'd had the courage to live the life I wanted, not the one others expected of me. And psychology supports it. Studies show that self-concordant goals aligned with your true values, lead to more happiness, motivation, and even health. So the question is, are you living your life or just performing? Because authenticity isn't selfish. It's how we stop wasting time. Regret 2. I wish I hadn't worked so much. This regret hits especially hard for men of older generations, many of whom worked 60-plus hours a week to provide for the family, but missed the very moments they were working for. Birthdays, first steps, quiet evenings, gone. Work isn't bad, but when it becomes identity or addiction or avoidance, it steals life instead of supporting it. In fact, research from Harvard shows that people who prioritize relationships over career achievements live longer, happier lives. And what's wild? Even people who love their job still regret how much time they gave to them. Because at the end, no one says, I wish I had one more meeting. But many say, I wish I had more memories. Regret 3. I wish I had expressed my feelings. This one is subtle but powerful. People regret the things left unsaid, the apology they never made, the love they never confessed, the boundaries they never set. Why? Because fear held them back. Fear of rejection, fear of confrontation, fear of vulnerability. But here's what science says. Suppressing emotions long-term increases stress, weakens immunity, and leads to depression. Your body pays the price for silence. And your relationships suffer too. Because unspoken pain creates distance. One dying man told a nurse, I spent my life trying not to rock the boat, but now I'm dying in it, and I'm still alone. Say the hard things while you still can. Regret 4. I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. We drift. Life gets busy, and before you know it, 5 years have passed, and you haven't spoken to someone who once meant the world to you. This regret is heartbreaking because it feels so avoidable. And yet, in old age or illness, people often say, I miss my friends, but now it's too late. We underestimate the power of connection. A 2023 study from Stanford showed that regular contact with close friends significantly reduces feelings of loneliness, anxiety, and even physical pain. But friendship doesn't maintain itself. It needs effort. It needs intention. One call, one message, one moment of, I was thinking about you. You never know how much that could mean until the moment's gone. Regret 5. I wish I had let myself be happier. This one surprises people because it's not about what they did, it's about how they lived. People realize, too late, that happiness is a choice they didn't allow themselves to make. They worried too much, stayed stuck in routines, clung to the familiar even when it made them miserable. They told themselves, I'll be happy when, but when never came. Psychologists call this hedonic postponement, delaying joy for some imagined future. But here's the truth. The future never guarantees joy, but the present offers it if we're brave enough to receive it. Happiness isn't found. It's created through habits, mindsets, and moments we allow to matter. Regret isn't just emotional. It's neurological. Brain scans show that the orbitofrontal cortex lights up when we reflect on what might have been, and it gets stronger with age, especially when opportunities feel lost. But regret also has a gift. It points us toward meaning. It sharpens our values. It teaches us what really matters before it's too late. And that is wisdom. Final words. Before you regret not watching this to the end. If you're watching this, you're still breathing. You still have time to say what needs to be said, to reconnect with someone, to stop performing, to choose joy, even when it feels awkward, to live true to you. The regrets of the dying aren't just stories, they're maps. And if you follow them now, you won't just die without regret, you'll live with purpose.